Good evening, everyone, and welcome along to the Worldwide Gooner Elite. Thought we'd bring you a little off-the-cuff show tonight, and we've got quite a lot to talk about as well. It's myself, Mike, with Giggsy today as well. Back again you're back after a bit of time away. You've been doing your own bits and pieces with work and everything else. But how you doing? Everything all right?
Been a busy girl. I'm doing okay.
And of course, we'll get really straight into the thick of things as well. Today, well, in fact, let's go back to the start of the week where Arsenal, Chelsea, Tottenham, Manchester City, Manchester United, and Liverpool all wanted to break away into their own separate Super League. And what did you make of that, really, first of all? Because myself, from an Arsenal fan who, has followed the club for around about 25, maybe a few more years on top of that. It was ridiculous. We don't deserve to be anywhere near a Super League. This club is it. If you look at the game today, if you look at the game last week against Fulham as well, this team, I should say, is miles away from being anywhere near a super anything right now.
To be honest, I didn't understand it at first, like what was going on. And then the more and more I heard about it, I was just like, are you ridiculous? Like, literally, what are you thinking of? And then, as more and more information came out, literally, you were thinking of money. Like, literally, all that is I'm a greedy child. I want more money. And you don't deserve it, honestly. Like, our team is not playing to what their capability is. So why would you want to be in a league that gives you money for being sucky?
Well, it's not even that. It's like you were going to be given money no matter what. There was no promotions.
Exactly. You can still lose and suck.
Yeah.
And you'll still make money. What's the point in that?
There was no promotions, no relegations, nothing like that. It was literally this Super League of, what was it, about 20 teams it would have been, something like that, and or 15 teams. I can't remember the exact stats and the exact figures, but it doesn't matter where you finished in that league. If you were top of that league or bottom of that league, you still would have got a good amount of money for signing up for it. And the thing that really let a lot of Arsenal fans down was the fact that the fans weren't even kind of brought into this kind of conversation at all. They the Kroenkes, KSE, and the board there, Vinay and Edu, and everybody at Arsenal, the hierarchy, just went ahead and did this without even thinking of the fans, without even sort of understanding the fans' point of view. And they literally, because they wanted to go, they were like, right, we're going to go. Like, we don't care what the fans think. We're not going to, what's the word, sort of converse with the fans. We're just going to go ahead and do it.
No, because talking with the fans who actually support you and support the history of, what Arsenal really is, of course I'm not going to talk to you. I'm going to be a greedy child and I'm going to just do whatever I want because I want the money. But, it's ridiculous. Like, the whole thought of it was ridiculous. Like, you take away regulation, you take away consequences, and your players are not going to play. Because there's going to be no fear of anything. Like, I can suck today and literally nothing's going to happen to me. That whole fear of regulation, like, my team is going to go to a lower league or this and that. That's, the beautiful thing of, like, football. Because you're trying to stay in the league that you are. And if you take that away, then literally what's the point?
That's right, and Eddie has just put there, where in the States are you from? There's a fan club in Detroit who has a banner at the Emirates saying Arsenal Detroit. They wanted to get it taken down when we said we would join the ESL. She is a Florida girl.
Florida.
And yes, Wayne, we were shit today, and we've been shit for a number of years. You know that, I know that. This isn't a debate about Mikel Arteta or about the players. We missed a lot of players today. We missed Aubameyang, we missed Lacazette, we missed Kieran Tierney. There's 3 huge players there that would really have maybe, well, no doubt, turned this game on its head a bit. Because we've got the inexperience there of Eddie Nketiah, and of course Gabriel Martinelli, who come on a little bit later on in the game. And people were saying to me in the week on Twitter that, keep an eye out for Eddie Nketiah. This kid is good. Today, Eddie Nketiah was a passenger. He was, I don't even know how many times he touched the ball. He was absolutely dreadful today, I thought. For somebody that...
He was on the pitch.
Yeah, exactly. Like, for somebody that has that amount of pressure on him, maybe that's what it was. Maybe the pressure got to him today, knowing that, the club are missing Aubameyang's goals, missing Lacazette's goals. But Eddie Nketiah, this guy who was messaging on Twitter, and I ended up saying to him in the end, I hope I'm proved wrong. He was shit today, and he's been shit ever since I've seen him play an Arsenal shirt. I think I've seen maybe one good game from him, or one or two good games from him, but I want to see more of Balogun. I don't know why Balogun's not getting a chance. I don't know what he has to do to get a chance as well. But yeah, with Eddie, Russ knows Eddie from a Leeds fan's perspective, and I know he can't come on, but if you can put a comment in the chat there, Russ, as well, then please let me know about what you thought of him at Leeds. Adam Arteta needs to go. Yeah, I agree with that as well. I think that Mikel, for me, is not the right man for the football club. I don't think he's ever been the right man for the football club. And I don't think he ever will be the right man for the football club. I think that, yeah, we are, Matt. And that sums up nicely as well that, St. George's Day, as it is today, or for another 15 minutes as well, bringing England there, because England really are fucked if Eddie Nketiah is the future. I agree with that as well. That's a proper true statement.
That's a lot of pressure to put on somebody.
Yeah, but with Adam's comment, I really think Arteta should go. I don't think Arteta's ever been the right man. I think he's not got the experience as a manager. I think when we sacked Wenger and we went into bringing Emery in, I thought Emery did a fairly decent job to start off with. And then it kind of, he lost the dressing room and it all kind of slipped backwards. And then Freddie come in. Freddie was interim. Arteta's come in. And Arteta, for me, is not the right man. Arteta doesn't have the relevant experience, and we have to be moving him on. I don't even care if we win the Europa League. That's a sign of maybe an Arsene Wenger winning the FA Cup. Because with Arsene Wenger winning the FA Cup, that saved him on a number of seasons. And I don't want the Europa League to do that for Arteta because I don't rate him as a manager. Last season the FA Cup saved him. The Community Shield, if we don't win the Europa League and he stayed by the Community Shield, that just says everything about the football club, to be honest. But I don't rate him. But what I do rate, and what I'm going to give a load of Arsenal fans props for, was that protest today, the Kroenke out protest. I thought there were some serious numbers there. I was watching it on YouTube on a couple of channels, and I think that, it was very well organised, very well run. There was, no violence. It was very peaceful. First of all, I hope the guy that was seen to fall off the top of the box office is all right as well, because he was on top of there and he fell, and I ended up seeing him on the live get carried away with the medical team and sort of had a brace around his neck and, a body brace around it to protect him and things like that. So first of all, I hope he's all right. And fair play to doing that for the cause as well. Because, we're all together as Arsenal fans, whether, we're actually there today or not. So fair play for doing that and for putting your body on the line, mate. And, other than that, I thought it was a very well-run protest. Lots of chanting, singing. The media brought a good amount of attention to it as well. And I think that if the Kroenkes haven't seen that, then I don't know where they are. I don't know what they're doing, because that is enough there. There was good numbers as well. It was into the thousands of people that turned up. So, if they haven't seen that, or if they're going to just, look at that and think, well, that's a one-off, then they're completely wrong. I think that that's the start of something. Eddie's put there, do you think that Kroenke will be that bothered about the protest? He should come out and speak, but he will probably stay silent. Well, he got his son to come out and talk yesterday, didn't he, in Josh? So, Josh will probably be the one to come out and speak once again, and that was a load of nonsense that Josh spoke yesterday as well. Thought he was chatting out of his arse, as always. I think that...
If he had any respect for himself, he would come out and speak. You
Yeah.
know, there was a lot of passion out there. There was a lot of, voices trying to be heard. And
Mhm.
if he doesn't take the time out and respond to this, then he has no respect for himself. Mind you, he has no respect for this club.
He's got no respect for anything. All that he's got respect for is his bank balance and his own sort of personal wealth.
And that's where
Um,
you have to hit him where it hurts. And as sad as it seems, stop buying the merchandise, because that's
yeah,
putting money in his pockets.
yeah. And I agree with that as well. I do think stop buying the merchandise, stop actively buying tickets, if that's what it takes, whatever it may be, with the stadium. And maybe the stadium, maybe, if the stadium's half full, or if there's only a few people in the stadium compared to normal, that like a lower capacity when fans are allowed back in, that might make him stand up and take note. But yeah, Adam says it there. Stan Kroenke said he didn't buy Arsenal to win trophies.
I've been
Um,
seeing that comment a lot on Twitter, and it, like, the question that comes up is like, then why did you buy Arsenal? Explain that to me. Like, if you're not going to put money to make Arsenal better, then why did you buy them? Just to say, oh, I own Arsenal?
Exactly. Like, he's got his own American clubs as well. The NFL team, as Matt mentioned, and he says we need to get our fans to tweet the NFL team. He will see it then. I'm sure he's seen it on Twitter anyway. I'm sure that, if he's not seen it, then somebody would have alerted him to the fact it's been trending. I think it's trended about 3 or 4 times on Twitter in the last few days, including during the protest. Well done for being there, Mark, as well. Fair play to you, mate. I knew you were going to go down, so fair play. That's it. He brought Arsenal as a business, and he brought it to make a profit for himself. And that's not what Arsenal is. Arsenal is a football club. Arsenal used to be a great football club. Like, back in the day when we had exceptional talent, and we were winning doubles, we were winning the league and going 49 games unbeaten and things like that. And we had great players, in fact, that have come out and have stood up for the cause, like Ian Wright today as well. In fact, Ian Wright, the last 3 or 4 days, has been tweeting it a lot and really backing the cause. So fair play to Ian Wright as well for doing that. There's plenty of other players that have come out as well. I think Jack Wilshere said he was going to be there, and I don't know whether he was there or not. But there was quite a lot of support coming out from, obviously, like the likes of AFTV and the guys that go onto the AFTV channel that are interviewed on there. They were all there. So that, that says a lot that, AFTV was slated today by Ray Parlour, and, a supposed Arsenal great. And he's coming out and he's saying, you get all your hits if Arsenal lose. You secretly love it if Arsenal lose because you're making money. But at the end of the day, I think that Robbie, DT, Lee Judges, Pippa, Charlene, whoever it is, Ty, obviously Claude as well when he was alive, rest in peace. They all had the best interests of Arsenal at heart, and they have been Arsenal fans for a long, long time, even before AFTV. And if AFTV was to disappear tomorrow, then they'd still go to the next game. Like, that's those guys for you. Ray Parlour really kind of went in on Robbie today, and I thought, very unfairly so as well.
Ray Parlour did this to Robbie last year as well.
Yeah. But that's it. Like, Ray Parlour, yeah, he's an Arsenal legend, a great player. But I don't know whether he is protecting his sort of interest in the media. Maybe not coming out and saying what he really thinks, or kind of trying to brush it under the carpet a little bit. A lot of these guys have to be a bit careful with what they say. Not everyone's like Ian Wright, where he basically just comes out and says what he wants, doesn't really care.
I love that about him. He doesn't care about anything. Like, if he has something to say, he's going to say it. I like
That's right. I do as well. And I think that we need more players and more people like Ian Wright to come out and speak. I think that there probably will be in the next couple of days, in the next few weeks as well, because there was a lot happening. Simon Jordan's another name as well. Ian Wright wouldn't have the money to buy Stan out, unfortunately. But I would like to see what was being rumoured is, there's obviously the guy from Spotify who's been coming out in the last couple of hours as well today. He said he's got an interest, and he might be somebody that would be good because he's got Arsenal's, going through his blood. He's been an Arsenal fan all his life. Matthew Flamini as well, former player, said he wants to come out and buy a stake in the club. He might be a good one. And of course, Dangote as well, the other name that has been linked around the club for the last few years about maybe wanting to buy Arsenal out. So any of those names would be great to really get to get this club and take it to where it should be again, really, or at least to start to take it in that general direction. Because at the moment, on the pitch, we're going backwards. Off the pitch, we're going massively backwards. But, we just have to wait and see. I think it was Mark said it there in regards to if Kroenke doesn't give us more money in the summer, expect more protests. Only thing we can do is stop getting season tickets and merchandise. I think there's going to be more protests before the end of this season. I don't see this letting up anytime soon. I think maybe the next game, I'm not too sure when we're at home next. I don't know if people are going to congregate down there and do it again. Or anything sort of similar, maybe a little bit smaller, whatever it may be.
It looks like they're going to find different ways to make their voices heard. And as long as it stays peaceful, that's always what I say. Is like, as long as it stays peaceful, you're going to get your voice across. But when you go overboard and do something that's going to make you look bad, every accountable voice has been wiped away. And, that's something that's happened in America, where if you're trying to get something like across, someone decides to go overboard, every positive thing that happened at that protest is now wiped clear because one person decided to do something wrong.
That's right, exactly that. And yeah, fair enough. Maybe Ian Wright could have a part on the board, Matt. I don't know. And maybe it could be him, Flamini, and I don't know. Maybe some players from the past might chip in or whatever. I don't know. It's all ifs, buts, and maybes, because Kroenke's not going to sell up easy. That's what's first of all. He's still 100% owner of Arsenal at the moment, and the fact is 100% is going to be, that extra bit more difficult to get him out. So we'll wait and see. And I think that, I do think this will happen again this season. And I do think that it's, when fans are back in the stadium as well. I know I've had a conversation with a couple of people this week already who are planning that, when fans are back in the stadium, to have the, next sort of protest outside the stadium and then bring it into the stadium when we're all allowed back in as well. So there is a few ideas going around, and there's a few fan groups that really want to get behind that. And of course, as of next season, be interested to see what happens with Kroenke, because I know no doubt he'll be the owner still at that point. It would take an awful lot for him to walk away before then. But we'll have to wait and see. Stranger things have happened, and if we're doing things the right way, peacefully protesting, and I saw there was only one person arrested. I did see that on the live I was watching as well. That the guy that got carried away. I did see that, Mark. I was watching a couple of the lives.
The comment that said about American voices trying to get them to the stadium stuff. I think that has to be already, because there are plenty of Arsenal fans in America. But I think his football team is in California. I mean, if it was Florida, then yeah, of course, I'll do what I can. But if it's in California, that's an effort that we have to try to get across, on Twitter and social media. But these voices, social media is blowing up. Twitter is blowing up.
Yeah.
We're getting our voices out there. You just have to keep doing it.
That's right. And it's as I mentioned just a moment ago, there was a lot of people there today, and the people that weren't there, if you looked at Twitter, it was flooded as well. It's been flooded for the whole week with tweets and everything like that. Of course, there was a protest down there, a sort of semi-protest down there on Monday as well, when the whole Super League stuff come out. There was a group of people together on Monday, and then today is the next one in that kind of line, and there'll be more. So fair play to everyone that was down there, to you, Mark, to everybody else, Albert as well, who I know, Albert JTV, all of the people that are down there, or who were down there earlier. There was Lossie was down there. There was plenty of people down there that I saw, and when I was watching the lives and that, and it's good that there were other teams' fans down there as well. Liverpool fans, Man U fans, Spurs fans, all standing with us at the Emirates as well. That was good.
Really?
That was good. That it wasn't just Arsenal fans; it was football fans as a whole coming together. Yeah,
that's beautiful right there, because we're technically rivals, and if you can stand with us, that shows you that you're a much better person than the owner of Arsenal.
Absolutely, yeah, that's it. I know, Matt. I did ask you, didn't I? And I know you worked late last night, but then we'll try and get to the next one. Yeah, 100%, mate. Hit me up, mate. When we know what's happening, yeah, let me know, and I will be there with you, mate. Yeah.
I'll be in spirit, in spirit.
Mm-hmm. Mark, you can. I don't know if you're about, but we'll be live for a little while. If you want to jump on now, you can. If you want me to send you the link, or actually, if you go to my Facebook, the link's there anyway. If you've got a minute, that is. Just let me know if that's what you want to do. But yeah, there was a game as well. With all the talk of the process, most people forgot there was even a game on. And a game, I know. Really? A game that was kind of pretty forgetful, really, wasn't it?
We'll stick Tony, sir.
We'll stick FaceTime on for you, babe. Yeah, there you go. All right, Mark. Yeah, I'll keep an eye out. But yeah, what was I going to say? I was in the middle of saying something. We don't want to see that. Get him off the screen, Russ. Thank you. But yeah,
I'd be great if someone pops up, because I think I might have to leave.
I don't know how long Mark's going to be on for though. But what I will say is that the game itself, I thought we were really poor today. I thought it was a flat performance. I don't know whether the players were affected by what was going on outside, or
I think I had to, because honestly, as much as I did get to see of it, there was nothing memorable. There has to be something had to have deterred them, because there was nothing memorable, really.
That's right. And of course, Leno, I thought was poor today. I thought, he was really at fault for that goal. He messed up badly. It's not the first time this season as well. And I think that, Emi Martinez is probably looking on and thinking, well, I could have definitely done better than that. Matt Ryan, who was on the bench, of course, as well, who is the new number 2 for this season. But I think that, if you look at Leno this season, he's been poor. Xhaka was caught out as well for the goal. But then, it was a very flat performance, as you said. It was really the... Chat's not off, Adam. Chat's on, mate.
But seriously, this Balogun player, why is he not being played? Didn't he score on the first time he literally went out?
Yeah, I think in the Europa he did. Yeah.
So why are we not playing him?
I don't know. This guy is about to sign a new contract. I think he's about to sign a 5-year deal, something like that. And I don't understand why he's not being given an opportunity. As for Eddie Nketiah, not for me. I don't think he's that good, as I said before. Martinelli, I would have started him today in place of Eddie, and then put him in with Aubameyang and Lacazette both out injured.
Maybe you can explain to me this.
Go on.
Why Willian? Why Willian?
I don't know. I think Arteta's looked at the options on the bench.
Does he see him like a savior? Because he does nothing.
I want to read my tweet. What was the tweet I posted when he come on? I think it was what was the tweet? It was something about Willian being our savior. It was something along them lines. I've got to find it now.
Nothing. I think he thinks he's playing for the other team because he gives them the ball.
Yeah.
We do all that we can to get the ball, and then you give it to the other team.
Mm-hmm.
Remember what kit you're wearing. You're not the other team.
I think he goes back to his days at Chelsea. It's well, Everton normally wear blue, so I'll give it to them because Chelsea were blue as well.
But then again, when he was on Chelsea, he gave the ball to Martinelli and he scored. So he doesn't know what team he plays for.
That's a good point. I'm trying to find that tweet, by the way. I've been hammering the hell out of Twitter today, as you know.
So rule Twitter today.
Let's see. Let's have to go down there now. And this is what I posted as well. What I will say, this club loves breaking all the wrong records, don't we, as well? What was it, 29 years since Everton have beaten us at home? And that was, I think it was a double that they'd done as well. I think Everton had done the double over us. So it was ridiculous, really, in regards to, continuing to break all the records again. I don't know if Giggs has disappeared or if she's going to come back, but yeah, we really do tend to, break all these wrong records. The tweet was, for fuck's sake, Williams coming on now. Here we go. Here comes our fucking saviour. Like, that's it. Like, if Williams our saviour, then I don't know. That's all right. I don't know what to think if Williams our saviour. This guy.
If he is, we're screwed. If he's our saviour, we're screwed. Because he does nothing. Like, he is. Was it like the stats? He's ever since he joined Arsenal, he hasn't even scored. David Luiz has scored. So what are you doing?
Yeah, I did see his interview, Rush. It says, Arteta blamed VAR, not the protest, for the defeat. Well, what's he blaming the VAR on? Because first of all, I know there was obviously the incident with the penalty when Denis Ceballos went down. For me, never a penalty in a million years. Would have been the softest penalty to give that. The guy, I can't remember what Everton defender it was, didn't even touch him, and Denis Ceballos just fell down looking for that. So taking any biases out without, that's not a penalty. And then, of course, it kind of evens it out from their perspective because for me, Pepe's not offside either. And I think it's Saka on the other side. He's not offside either. So I think that evens it out because for me, the player's onside, but there's certainly not a penalty in there for me. I didn't see a foul at all.
I didn't get to see that, but I saw the picture of supposedly offside for Pepe.
Yeah.
What? It was the fabric? The fabric was offside? Because, what crossed the line? His elbow?
Mm-hmm.
The other time it was a toe. Now it's an elbow. Yeah. What's next? A nose? The nose was across the line, so it's offside. A strand of hair. Aubameyang's braid was across the line, and it's offside.
Yeah. What's Matt saying? I think David Luiz is one of the better defenders. He's a leader. I would like to keep him for at least another season on a player-coach role. Yeah, maybe. Especially because Saliba's coming in. That's probably a fair shout. Bit of experience there. It's probably not a bad idea. Yeah. I knew what you meant, mate. Yeah. That's probably not a bad idea. David Luiz. But then we've got Rob Holding, we've got Pablo Marie, we've got Gabriel, we've got Callum Chambers who can play there. We've got who else?
I have to agree with that comment. David Luiz has his unpredictable moments, but when he's on it, there's no stopping him. Like, he'll defend, he'll make opportunities, and if he can score, he's going to try his hardest to score, and he has. So I kind of like David. I'm sorry, I do. I think he has more potential. Does he have his off days? Yes, but most human do. So
we're still waiting to see William's good day, so it's a bit of a different one.
William doesn't have any good days.
Well, as I say, to be fair, he had a couple of decent games where he got a few assists, to be fair to him. That was as good as it got for him, and probably as it will.
Because he remembered what team he was on at that moment.
Probably as good as it will get for him as well. But so for the game, other than that, we had the one chance at the end with Martinelli as well, which was a great save from Jordan Pickford. But other than that, we didn't really create a load of chances. We didn't really, play that good football. It was really flat, really, in the final third. So, yeah, I'm not too sure that we deserved to lose the game, but we certainly didn't do enough to win it. But, I think that when you've got a goalkeeper like Leno and Xhaka playing out of position, they're getting caught as well. Fair play to Xhaka. It's not his natural position. He's done well there the last 3 or 4 games. He was
He's
caught out
been
there
really
today.
good. I think what they changed his position. I forget what position he's been doing lately. He's been doing really good in that position.
He moved him back to left back because of Kieran Tierney's injury against Liverpool. Yeah.
Like he's been stepping up, and you can tell.
He's done well, but I thought like today, he was okay today. But other than that, I'm going to get Mark on in a second. But with Granit Xhaka, I thought he was a bit of, he was at fault a bit for the goal. But I think Leno deserves to get kind of the front and most of that for me because he's your number one keeper. He's got to do better than that. But Mark, who was actually down at the protests, down at the Emirates earlier on, is here now as well. So, evening, Mark. How are you, mate?
All right, I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, good, mate. So, how was it? What was the experience like?
Oh, mental. Absolutely mental, mate. It was, I'll tell you what, I've never seen anything like that in my life. Like, it felt like we won the European League. It was
Yeah.
that mental. It was literally like, I got there at about 5:30, few people there, went up onto the top, had a little look around, everyone's mingling up there. Then they all went downstairs, and it was mental. It was like, just the sea of red and white everywhere, and banners and flares. Weren't many arrests there. I don't think. I think there was like one arrest I saw.
Yeah, I was watching. I was watching Pippa's live. You know, Pippa on AFTV, and I saw the guy get carried away. The one who had fallen and injured himself. I saw him get carried away by the medical team. So, were you sort of anywhere near that? Did you see much of what happened there?
Hang on, bear with me a minute. Can you hear me still?
Oh, yeah.
Hang on, wait a minute. I've got my earpieces are not working.
Yeah. Okay, no, I can hear you, mate. Yeah.
Coming out on my phone. Hang on.
All right.
Oh God, hang on. Bear with me a second. Let me just.
That's fine. Take your time, buddy. Yeah.
Technology. Talk amongst yourself for a minute.
Isn't it? It's horrible.
It was, yeah, but no, it was a great process by the looks of everything I've seen, and
that was one thing I saw that was beautiful. Was like
big numbers,
the flares,
big numbers.
like
Yeah,
the smoke, the red smoke. That with like the crowd looked beautiful.
Hang on a minute.
Mark? Yeah, okay, but no, it was good numbers. It was a good, a couple of thousand people there today, and the protests are only going to get more and more as well. This movement's going to get bigger and bigger. And the more that goes on with the club, things like today, this is a big movement for the club. It's a good starting block. Yeah.
I'm having technical issues. Bear with me.
That's all right, mate.
But yeah, you can definitely tell like everybody was passionate.
Okay, you probably used them earlier as well, haven't you? Like that, yeah. Mark will be in a minute. We'll get him sorted.
My headphones have run out of juice. I think that's what it is.
Can you hear me if it's all right like this, though?
Hey?
Can you hear me all right like this now?
Yeah, it's very low, though.
Okay. What sort of numbers were done? I was watching the videos, and it looked like there was a good, amount of fans down there. But what was the sort of, what sort of numbers would you say was the sort of rough turnout?
Roughly, I'd say about 10,000, maybe more.
Oh wow! I thought it was about half of that. To be fair, so you actually thought it was like about what, like 10,000 people? That's pretty good. And when I saw it, it seemed to be the top, and then underneath by the Armory, and then sort of down the street a bit more as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was everywhere. It was like, mental.
Yeah.
Totally crazy. But
so what did you make of, obviously, the whole Super League talk as well? The whole reason, or one of the reasons this protest kind of started, where it all kind of started from?
it was just, I don't know. I really don't know what's going on with that. I'm glad it was finished with, and, unbelievable, I tell you.
And no, so it's
Unbelievable.
good.
That's what happens in football, I suppose. But
Yeah, it's what happens when you've got greedy owners. That's for sure. All that owners that only care about their money.
yeah, that's all they care about, man. They just care about the money.
Yeah,
They don't care about us.
and that's it. He's come out and he said, a number of times, I didn't buy the club to win trophies. Like, why are you here then? As Arsenal fans, we've supported the club for a lot longer than you've been around, mate. And we will be here a lot longer after you've gone, whenever that will be, whether that's tomorrow, whether that's next year, 5 years, whatever it is. We'll still support the club. When Kroenke's gone and we've got then Gosse or the guy from Spotify in charge or whoever it is, Matteo Flamini's name was linked around the last few days as well. This club is Arsenal Football Club is the fans' club and always will be the fans' club. It's not fucking Kroenke's club.
Yeah. Yeah, it's unbelievable, Yeah, I don't know what to say.
But that's no, it was good that you managed to get down there as well. And of course, it went on for a while. It went on actually into the game itself as well, didn't it? I think during the game it was still happening. Yeah.
Yeah, it went on for. I left there at about 9, and it was still going.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That's pretty good. Of course, that would be just start of the second half. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it was just crazy, Like I said, there was one fan, unfortunately. He's not. I don't think he's going to be good in the hospital tonight, but
no.
I hope he's all right.
Absolutely, yeah. I did see him get carried off. Yeah.
What happened is he basically fell from where the ticket office is.
Yeah.
At the Emirates, you know that anyway.
Yeah.
He fell from there head first.
Ooh.
Yeah, it didn't look good. It really didn't look good.
And I saw when he got carried away, he had all cuts to his face and everything like that. Yeah.
It was caught live on the football terrace.
Oh wow!
They caught it live.
Oh wow!
And it didn't look good. He tried to jump off and he just slipped, and it looks like he got a broken leg. So,
oh wow! Yeah, and a battered up face by the looks of it as well. But
yeah, he weren't moving for a little while. But fair play to the emergency services and that. They all got there all right. So.
Yeah, it seemed like when I was watching the video, it seemed like they got there pretty quickly as well. And of course, now they've got to come in their own cars due to COVID and that as well, haven't they? But they seem to get there quickly. So I hope that's going to make sure he gets a better recovery because they managed to get there that quick. Yeah.
Yeah. We're going to be protesting forever. Like I said, till the end of the season, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows what's going to happen next season, but yeah.
And do you see it getting worse? Do you see it getting worse if we get knocked out of the Europa League? Because, of course, now we're pretty much guaranteed to be about 9th in the table. I don't think we can finish any higher than that. If we get knocked out of the Europa League against Villarreal, do you see this getting worse before the end of the season? And then, of course, when the fans are back in the start of next year as well, it's going to be quite bad, isn't it, I think? Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to get worse. So, there's a bit of mental night out there, but, thank goodness it's over now.
I bet it just felt good to be back there, though, back at the Emirates. I know it weren't actually in the ground, but I bet it just felt really nice to be there again.
Oh, the atmosphere was pumping, it was... I mean, I could show you the videos. I'll send them to you after, but...
Yeah, nice one, mate. Yeah.
It was... Oh, mate, it was just... Never seen anything like it.
I can imagine a lot of the energy that would have been, inside cheering for the team was basically outside trying to get their voices heard.
Yeah.
What's
Matt saying? Matt saying UEFA, FIFA, and the FAs and fans won't let that happen. Do you see that clown Perez still going on about it and saying he will cut the halves from 45 minutes? Okay, you can try. But I did notice that the players and the Everton bus they all come in early, didn't they, as well? and they all went a different route to get into the ground. They actually come in. I rang up my sister, who lives just around the corner from the ground, and she could hear it loud and clearly from her garden. And her flatmate was going off to work this morning, and there was police escorting some of the players, I think it was, like, I don't know if it was Arsenal players or Everton players, into the ground, and they actually come in their own cars rather than going on the coach as well, I believe.
It's the passion of the football fans, like.
Yeah.
So.
It was better than the Spurs one, that's for sure. The Spurs one was about 15 people with a microphone and a guitar, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was about 10 people, I think.
Yeah. And of course, Chelsea, their one on, what day was Chelsea's? Was it Wednesday or something like that? And they obviously stopped the bus from going through, and obviously Petr Cech was remonstrating with the fans and that. And I think that's why Arteta brought the players through a separate way and brought them in early. But I do think this is the start. I think it's a really good starting block to have this protest today, to get it all out there. Kroenke will, I'm sure, there's certainly, if he's not seen it, Josh will see it, or, well, Vinay is certainly knows because he was there, so he'll pass it on to them. So they'll know about it.
Yeah.
So what's Matt saying? Much as I like Arteta, if we get knocked out of the Europa League, surely if Kroenke has any ambition, Arteta will be gone, which will be a shame. Yeah, but for me, I'm not sure on Arteta. I'm not keen on him as a manager. I think, he's lacking the experience, and, Arsenal Football Club needs to be challenging at the top end of the table, whether it's top 4 or aiming a little bit higher than that, but we've got to start somewhere. So top 4 to start with, I believe. And then from then on, I think we can, look at pushing the likes of Chelsea and Man City, Man United this season as well, over the next few years. But for the time being, we've just got to get back into the Champions League, because we've been, 5 seasons without Champions League football now? Something like that?
We just need to stop making these mistakes. Like, if Willian is not contributing to the team, why play him? Play people that are going to make opportunities. Play people that the other teams are not going to expect. They're going to expect Aubameyang. They're going to expect Lacazette. Play people they're not going to expect, because why? Because you haven't played them, so they don't know what they're going to do.
Yeah, I understand what you mean, but I think we missed Tierney today. I think we missed Aubameyang. We certainly missed Lacazette, the form he's been in as well.
No, 100%. Like, we needed them.
Yeah.
But, like, other players, like, we don't need Willian. I'm sorry, we don't. Play someone that is useful.
I love it. What's this? Is this a Willian bashing show now?
Yes. Every time he's on the pitch, I'm going to bash him, because what are you doing? You're not on the pitch just to wiggle your fro and be like, do something.
Yeah, like, I don't know about Willian. I don't want to really go into that. I think Balogun should play. I think Martinelli should start. It'd be interesting to see. I think that now's the prime time to start Balogun, because we're not going to finish any higher in the league. And even before today, we weren't going to finish any higher than about 8th in the league anyway.
If you know that Lacazette has a injury that's probably going to, like, have him out for the play Balogun.
Yeah. Balogun. Yeah, Balogun's a good player. He's a very sharp player. Yeah, I like him a lot. The times I've seen him play, I think he's a good player.
And that's coming from a newbie. And, just play it.
Would I take Nuno from Wolves? Yeah, I would. There's a number of managers I'd take from the Premier League. I'd take Nuno, I'd take Brendan Rodgers, I'd take Marcelo Bielsa. Yes, Russ, we might nick him off you. Who else? There's a lot of managers in the Premier League. Ralph Hasenhüttl's another name as well. There's 4 or 5 managers that could do a better job and that would be able to attract from the Premier League than Mikel Arteta. Yeah. I'm trying to think. There's more as well than the ones I mentioned. But yeah, I thought that was a good protest today. As I said before, it's a good start, and I'm sure there'll be a lot more to come as well. So thanks for popping on, Mark. We're probably going to end this shortly. So I will let you go, mate. And fair play to going down to the protest today. And I'm sure the next one will be down there. I know Matt said he wants to get down there if he's not working, so me and Matt will go down there and we'll try and hook up with you for the next one when the second, when the next protest takes place.
Yeah, I'll speak to you soon anyway, and hopefully I'll be able to sort my technology out next time.
That's all right, mate. No, that's fine. We've got you loud and clear. We've got a bit of information about the protest from you and that. So yeah, it's good numbers and
good night. Hopefully we can win on Thursday.
Yeah.
I'm not looking forward to it, but
we need it.
We certainly do need
a good win. We need at least 2 on Thursday night.
Yeah.
Without them, but with our ex-boss, anything can happen. I don't know.
It was going to happen. It's going to be an Emery and a Francis Coquelin.
We can't let Mr. Evening beat us.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I know, yeah. But no, what was Matt saying? If we play Eddie in the Europa, we're as good as out. For me, sorry that I'm being negative. The guy is so poor. Knew what it was like for England under 21s all the time, but not. Yeah, I know what you're saying, mate. Yeah. But I think Aubameyang and Lacazette should be back for that game anyway. Or at least one of them will be.
I'm sorry.
I think that's all right. I'm going to probably end in a sec anyway. But so that was, of course, the game. We obviously went and lost the game, but we've certainly taken a giant step in winning the war as such now against Kroenke and getting Kroenke out. So let's hope that this is something that he can, he's able to take note of. And
hopefully start something, couple goals on Thursday. I do. Probably 2-0 I'd take. 2-1 maybe, but we need 2 goals.
We need some away goals. Yeah, we do need some away goals for sure. Yeah.
We need to start some good players on Thursday, and they need to play better. And Leno needs to, he needs to play the other goalkeeper, I think, Matt Ryan.
Yeah, I like Matt. I think Matt's a good keeper, and I think Matt has done. He's a very commanding keeper. He's a good level of Premier League keeper when he was at Brighton. And he doesn't have the silly mistakes in him that Leno's got, whether it's passing out from the back or letting him go past him, through his legs like he did tonight. Yeah. But all right, so let's have a look. Do I really think Kroenke going to sell up? Chances of him leaving are very slim. The next one, which we need to win. What's he saying? Because we don't seem to win at home anymore. Yeah, our home record has been awful. I think we're like 9 or 10 in the Premier League without a win at the moment. Something like that. Really poor anyway. But no, fair play to Mark and to everyone else that went down to the protest. Thanks for coming on there, Mark, as well, and giving us a bit of an insight. 10,000. I don't know if that's the true number. I did think there was a fair amount down there. I don't know whether it was 10,000, because to me it looked a fair amount anyway. I would have said maybe about half of that, but you don't really know. It could have been, obviously Mark was there, so he knows a lot more than what I do from videos. You can't really get the whole picture from the videos and live streams and that, but it'd be interesting to see whether the Kroenke sell out and whether we're able to, get a foothold in this club again, whether we're able to get somebody that wants to come in and buy the club that's got an interest for Arsenal Football Club. And we'll see. This is the start of the summer. It's a good movement, and we've got to continue this with full force now. Keep on Kroenke, Vinay, Edu, whoever you are, KSE, Josh as well, the whole ownership. They've all got to go for me, but we've got to start with Kroenke. Kroenke's got to be the first one to go, and then we'll go from there. But thank you for watching this live. Of course, it wasn't great on the pitch. Off the pitch, it's been a better day because Arsenal are making moves there. Fans that were out in numbers really had their voices heard and were loud, were passionate, were proud and peaceful in their protest as well. So big thank you for watching, everyone. We'll do another one of these at some point soon. And KSE out, Kroenke out, Vinay out, Edu out. we want our Arsenal back, and that's it, really. You know, what more can I say? We'll wrap it up there. Let's see what we can do in the Europa League on Thursday night. Let's hopefully get a couple of goals out there and bring that back to the Emirates for the second leg. Go through to the final, see what we can do in a one-off game. Because for me, the league is done, but the protests and the Kroenke out movement is just beginning. So get behind the hashtag, get behind the team as well. Glazers out, Roman out, you know, Spurs, you know, the owners there, Levy out, the whole lot of them, all the greedy owners out. Let's get our clubs back. Kroenke out, and I'm out. Cheers, guys. See you later.